jurisdictions of, is the team leader licensed in the jurisdictions of the activity, because, obviously we're all looking for some clarity on this, but if they're not licensed in the jurisdiction where the transaction's happening, I think it's a referral.
Cool. Hi, Scott. Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Chicago, but I've been in Puerto Rico for 6 years, and currently, as I speak, I'm sitting in Sao Paulo, the coastal area of Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Oh, very nice.
Thank
and
you.
how'd you hear about the group?
Well, I'm part of the organization. I'm not real visible, but I've been to Gene's place. Fortunately, being in Puerto Rico, I've had a great opportunity to go see him a couple times and take a couple recruits there. So, but now life has kind of taken me off the island more. So I'm basically splitting time. Trying to weave the rest of my career. My son's licensed in the Chicago area, and just as we say, making real estate fun again.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Well, I will be at Gene and Susan's for 10 days, starting on the 30th for New Year's and stuff. So if you're back in Puerto Rico, maybe we'll meet.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be there then, but so this is something, fresh, on my plate. And so I don't know how it's all going to evolve. I'm going to dig and go after some of the stuff that I've been sent as far as some of the team agreements and stuff like that. But anyway, just thought I'd chime in and appreciate it to be here. Thank you.
Welcome. And so you said you're in Brazil right now?
Yeah.
Welcome. Thank you. All right. Good morning, everybody. Got a lot of smiling faces there. Ron's up at 6 a.m. normally where I am in California. So's Evelyn. Mia's husband's up at 6 a.m. Who else is on the West Coast that's here? Anybody? Scott, what time is it where you are?
It's 11 a.m.
Oh,
-3 GMT.
You're doing that. Okay. Well, I'm super excited that you guys took the time to come on today. I know it's towards the end of the year, and Ashley and I were saying, okay, what can we do? What can we kind of do to make this fun, and maybe some trivia? So first of all, I always love to start off with who's got some really cool stuff to share. Anybody?
Well, I'm going to probably have either my best or my second best year this year. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's pretty amazing.
That's incredible considering the year and the market and all the things that happened.
You are right, but
you're a badass, lady.
Wow. Sarah, that vision board is coming true.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, just all, and I don't feel like I worked that hard, which is crazy.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm really, really happy. And I just think that it kind of comes with getting back your priorities in your mind, and if you're just so hungry for the next deal, sometimes you take your eye off the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is how many people can I serve? And, I'm very religious, and I just kind of just made God first this year in a lot of things, and just said, who am I supposed to be serving? And the deals just kept coming. So very blessed, very blessed.
Thank you.
Other than that, good health. My family, Katie's doing great. Dwayne's doing great. Emily's doing well. And they always say you're as unhappy as your unhappiest child or something like that. So everybody's good right now.
That's good. That is such great news.
Just love you guys, just love all of you guys, and just so thankful that we have this relationship that we can just be so open with each other.
Thanks, Sarah. You're a big part of this. Everyone is. Congratulations.
Hey,
So,
Peggy,
yeah,
Peggy, I've got someone new on today, Cindy
good.
Roberts down there. She's from Omaha, Nebraska.
Hi, Cindy.
She's an expert in crypto. She actually teaches CE crypto courses out of Nebraska.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
So
that why she's smiling?
Yeah. She's looking at EXP and seeing if there's a spot for her. So anyway,
Great.
I thought she might enjoy being on with us.
Thank you
Welcome,
for
Cindy.
inviting her, Annie. Does she want to say hi?
Cindy, say something, girlfriend.
Yes, hi. I'm
Hi,
just
Cindy.
checking you guys out. I've been impressed with a few things, and I'm also with a really good brokerage right now too. So I'm trying to get a good feel for things.
Well, that's wonderful, Cindy. If you ever want to jump on a call with Annie and I'm happy to help. I've been around the block a long time.
Nice.
Welcome,
whatever-
welcome.
Yeah, glad you're here. Really glad you're here. Okay,
you.
anybody else want to jump on with, you're welcome. We meet every week.
Real quick,
Yes.
Peggy, I'd like to introduce Lara Petras. She's an agent with us in the Philly area. Laura?
Hi, everybody. Hi.
You're welcome. How are you?
I'm good. I actually apologize. I've been up since like 5 a.m. this morning, just kind of cranking through my business, just trying to get caught up because I'm coming back after being sick for a while and handling some family issues. So I feel like I'm just diving right in. When you know how that is, drinking from the fire hose, million things
Beautiful.
all over the place. So it's nice to have, in the first 5 minutes of being here, I just wanted to thank you already because I wrote like copious notes when Sarah was talking, and it just really inspired me this morning. It was just like a little nudge that just made it all feel better. Like, because I kept coming back to it whenever you have no business, sometimes it gets really scary. And I kept saying all morning, you know what, this is just about who I'm serving. I remember even Tony Robbins said that, right? Whenever he was completely broke, he
Yep.
got up and just started serving people. And Sarah, you just was so spot on about that. I just was so, I keep hearing it's easy, it's easier and it's easier, and it doesn't even feel like you're working whenever you're in that groove. And everything you said just touched me. Like, that's exactly what I needed to know and hear today. So thank you. It was a really nice surprise. I wasn't really sure what I was popping onto this morning. So thank you for that. And it's nice to meet you all.
Great. Nice to see you. We hope that you're back.
Thank
Keep
you.
going. Who else is on here that has never said hi? Anybody?
I was having some tech issues, so I don't know if you guys saw or not, but Tammy Dawson is on here, I think, for the first time.
Hi, Tammy. Want to introduce yourself?
You knew I was going to call you out, girl.
Yep, I actually said, Pam, don't you dare.
Sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
Tam,
My name's Tammy Dawson. I live in Sedalia, Missouri. I've actually been with EXP once before. We left and then came back. The education and the support that they give to their agents is just unparalleled. So happy to be back and excited to be on the call.
Tammy, I'm so glad you're here. We did a workshop last week and I was a guest on Pam's little end of year gathering. I had to do it by Zoom. I couldn't get out there, but I told them all that I'm coming next time. And Tammy told me she was showing up on Wake Up Wednesday. So I guess I have to hold up my end of the bargain and come out to Missouri.
Well, it's cold here, so.
Oh, I'm in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
So just going through, we've had a lot of great speakers this year.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Shion Faiga. I am a new real estate agent with eXp Realty, and this is like a 4th or 5th career for me.
Okay.
And at eXp, Kevin Goodman has been assigned as my mentor, and his wife Stacy. I don't see that they're on this morning.
They're not.
You are
Okay.
so blessed.
She
tell you,
sent me a link for
not.
this call, and I've already received a nugget about focusing on serving people. So I thank you very much.
Oh, well, we're so glad you're here. And Kevin and Stacy, everyone in this group loves them. You lucked out. You really did.
Thank you.
For saying hi. Anybody else that we've missed? Okay, so this year's been kind of amazing, right? We've had some awesome speakers. We've had some awesome speakers in the past 2 years. So just a little bit of trivia to see how much you guys are paying attention. Who can name the board of directors, whether they were current board of directors or past board of directors at EXP, that have poured into you guys on this call? Sarah.
Monica Weekly, hands down. Jean
Absolutely.
Frederick, hands down.
Yep. You got
short guy. He's in leadership. Real cute hair. You know, he was doing like a fitness challenge or something, and every day he got on his phone and did some kind of fitness thing. What was his name?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I don't know.
Yes, you do, Ashley.
Jack LaLanne.
Jack LaLanne, and he brought his famous blender. Yes, that was juicer.
I
was the juicer.
was not on that week. That must have been the week I had the baby or something, because I don't remember that at all.
Okay,
Yes.
well, name some. Okay, no, it wasn't Phil. This guy's in leadership with a company, and he may have taken a step back
Jason
recently.
Guessing?
Yes. No.
No.
Jason
Is he
Guessing is a
short?
great guy.
Who's short?
He's shortish, but and he would not have brought a blender.
No, he didn't bring a blender. That was a Jack LaLanne joke.
Oh, I
So
thought
Jack
that was
LaLanne was on an infomercial where he had a juicer.
Ashley,
And you have to be of a certain age,
I'm
like
so
Tucker and I, to know
confused.
this. Yeah.
So
Right,
confused.
Tucker?
Yep.
Here I was over here. I'm mad that I missed Jack. I thought y'all were.
I
being
know.
serious.
I'm like, I have no idea. I've never heard that
I
in
think
my
that
life.
Jack
I don't
has
know who that
passed.
is.
Oh my gosh. This is how I wanted the end of the year to end, actually, to laugh. Okay, yeah, you had to be older, you youngins. You're absolutely right. Thank you for saying not major senior citizens on this call. But Sarah, you're on the right track. We've got we had some really, really, really amazing people. Anybody else? I mean, board of directors for EXP World Holdings. Come on, how cool is that? I don't know at any of the other companies. Anybody else that we missed? Did we have someone who's a knight?
That's who I was thinking of, and I can't think of his name.
Darren.
Ah, yes.
Is that who you were
Darren
talking?
Jackal.
Yeah. Were you talking about him? Sarah, the one that hikes? Okay. Well, yes. Go ahead.
Are you talking about, Sarah, was he on recently with his vest? Does he wear the vest? Is that who you're talking about? And you talked about the stat. You're muted now.
He's not on the board.
No, he's not on the board, but he is in leadership, and he's kind of.
No, that was Russ Logan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy he's just cute as a button. And he's got blonde hair, kind of wears it parted on the side, kind of a little longish. Let me look up Jason Guessing. Maybe it is him.
No, that's not Jason. He doesn't have blonde hair, and it's not long.
So we had
Anyway.
Guessings. We had Darren. We had Jean. We have had Monica. I mean, right there, you guys, that's some pretty impressive people that we've had. Who's the CEO of our company that we've had on?
Gary just said that in the chat.
Oh, Gary didn't admit it. Sorry. Leo's been on. Who works as like one of the head brokers?
Oh. That would be Holly Mayberry.
Mayberry.
Holly Mayberry.
Yep. Yep.
From Arizona.
Exactly.
She's one of my favorites, Amy.
Yeah. I tell you what,
She's my
I
favorite.
like her a lot.
Well, we all love her here, and she's well known in the
We haven't had Chris. Yeah.
Yes, she is.
in Arizona, like even teaching courses, everyone talks about her. Like they all want to get her to have her teach the course.
Holly is absolutely awesome. Who have we had on that was one of the top contenders on The Voice?
Bill Stringer.
Phil Stringer.
Absolutely. So Phil's been on, and I don't know if you guys follow him, but he put an amazing post up today of a lot of people don't know that he's been in the music industry for like 10 years. And he posted a video of him during COVID, I believe, or just after COVID, when he was singing Christmas Carol, well, a very, whatever you want to call it, music at a church ceremony that he belongs to. So I would definitely go on and look up that. Look who baby we have today. We have 2 babies today. Annie came on with her baby, and Ashley, well, it's your grandson, right, Annie?
Yeah, it's my grandson, and
You want to
about
introduce
4
him?
Yeah, this is Trevor John Collins,
Oh,
and he is going to be the next icon agent at 18. At 18.
that's right.
That's cool. And Ashley, show us how big she's getting.
She's getting there. She's holding her head up and talking and just
Wow.
getting big.
That's our miracle baby.
Mhm.
So, okay, let's go for some more stuff. So somebody tell me what their favorite speaker, who their favorite speaker was this past year and why. I know we had so many. Oh, Gary, thank you. Okay, Gary, you get 10 points. I'm coming to visit you in January after I leave Jean and Susan's. I'm going to be right off the whatever to your house in Florida.
I thought Leslie was good.
Who just said Leslie?
Annie.
Annie. Wasn't she filled with a lot of knowledge?
Yeah, a lot of knowledge and energy, and just the way she uses the KV Core database to really help her in her business.
Mm-hmm.
We have this such a powerful database that a lot of us don't use, and we should be. And she's right there to train you and get you up to speed. So I thought that was amazing.
Has anyone taken advantage of the KV Core class that she's offering? All right. You have Bennett. Great. Good. So
I'm doing it next week.
Pam's doing it next week. Excellent. So we have, when you go to jeanfrederick.com, you can now send your guests there to sign up for the KV Core. I'm sorry, the agents can sign up for KV Core. And if you want to be on our Wake Up Wednesdays, we have a new logo. We have a place where you can register to be on Wake Up Wednesdays. So many people talked about so many things. Share some nuggets. What are some of the other things? Who hasn't spoken up a little bit here? Gary, I'm going to go up to Canada since you guys have a lot of snow up there and you're frozen in your house.
Oh, Peggy.
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, we actually, it's interesting. You go down to Toronto and it's green, and you come here, we're literally an hour north of Toronto, and last week we had in our area anywhere from 4 to 6 feet of snow base. So it's pretty intense. We've been getting a lot of lake effect snow here. So that's a nugget. Come join us if you want some shoveling exercise. But other than that, it's been a very interesting year. A lot of twists and turns. You know, we wound down our team because we felt it was just time to do so. The market has been very interesting here. A lot of political uncertainty here in Canada. So it's been an interesting year to be a Canadian and frankly, get through the adversities that we have in this country right now. So, you know, that to me is probably one of the biggest things that Gina and I have, you know, pushed our way forward through. is the adversities that we've seen here in our business and not in our personal lives, because we just don't allow that. So I think the nugget is the mindset, right? That we no matter what comes at us, we have a never give up, never give in attitude and just keep moving. So I think for anybody that's maybe going through any challenges, just never give up, never give in, right? And
Love it.
we're like Sarah, you know, we're faith-based, and we very much so believe in action and vision, right? And we have a vision plan, and we, you know, every day wake and affirmations and go kick some ass, you know, because that's what we're supposed to do.
Absolutely. I love that you said that. Never give up, never give in, have your mindset there. And coming into this year, and Gary, I love when you share with us, coming into this year, a lot of us had a mindset of scarcity. We're going to be out of business. We are losing because we're never going to get paid again, and we're never going to be able to represent buyers. And Pam Dempsey, you know where I'm going with this, because I would love Pam to share what she has been telling me about how she's dealing with the NAR settlement and how she is being compensated because, well, Pam, talk about it.
Yeah, so I just really grabbed a hold of that mindset that, you know, rather than focusing on the negativity and the inherent difficulties and not even grasping it for ourselves, but in trying to negotiate with other agents who maybe aren't getting the same education. And by the way, that is a huge blessing that we have being a part of EXP, is the amount of training and education that we have been given, you know, week after week, you know, for how long now, of how to make these changes. But rather than focus on that negativity, I just decided to grab a hold of the opportunity mindset, and what an opportunity this was for me, to determine my own worth and not to have to settle for whatever a listing agent was going to decide I was worth, on the buyer side. And honestly, just an opportunity to utilize another negotiation tool in my tool belt. And so by being able to look at it that way, first and foremost, don't be scared, because I have not had one buyer that has been at all concerned about having to pay me, you know, because by the time I, you know, just have an open conversation with them and educate them about what the settlement meant and what it does and what it changed, they come out of that so enlightened, you guys, because most people don't know. And when you don't know what you don't know, right? So they don't know even what to ask us. But a lot of buyers don't even understand that if you don't hire your agent, even if I showed you the house and put an offer in for you, I'm technically a sub-agent of the seller. I don't work for you, you know? And when people start understanding these things and their eyes are open, then you've already provided value for them before you even entered a relationship with them. And so I haven't had anybody at all concerned about having to pay me. But it actually has been a powerful negotiation tool for my clients, to where, you know, we would put an offer in, and of course we're asking for my commission and maybe some concessions, maybe some repairs, just everything under the sun. And there have been a couple of times where, you know, the sellers came back, well, we'll give these concessions or we'll do these repairs, but then we're not paying your agent. And or we're only going to pay part of your agent's commission. And even still, because we were able to win those other requests that we had, my buyers typically are still coming out ahead at the end of the day at closing table. You know, one recently even walking away with $1,400 still in his pocket after he paid me even. And he was the cutest thing. He came up to me after closing and he was like, okay, so how do I write you a check or what? And I was like, wait, for what? You know, he's like, well, I want to make sure, I need to get you paid. It was so cute. But yeah, and I've given myself a raise on the buyer's side, you know, because I'm able to tell them what I want commission wise or what I'm charging them commission wise. I feel like I'm able to give more to my clients because I like to give back to my military members, my police, my firefighters, you know, and I can give them, you know, whatever reduction I want off my commission, you know, and tell them that that's what it's for. And of course, they really appreciate that. But it's been a blessing to me, and I feel like to my buyers, just going about it that way.
Oh, Sarah put a challenge up there. Love it. So Sarah, why don't you unmute yourself?
Yes.
See that? She would love to hear you role play on this. How many other people would
Let's
love
do
to
it.
hear the two of them role play on this? Okay, so Sarah, you are the buyer.
Okay, so let's set the scene here because, and the reason I think this is so interesting and timely is because as this settlement is starting to shake down and buyers and sellers are hearing all of this in the news, they're just a little bit smarter than they were. And so we're experiencing just a little bit of pushback on that, especially from agents, seller agents. You know, if I'm representing a buyer and they're only wanting to pay, you know, a little amount, and that's not what I'm worth, right?
Mhm.
So I think part of this starts at the buyer consultation right off the bat. So let's do that a little bit, Pam. Let's talk about that when you first meet a buyer, how you talk about this, and
Sure.
then maybe we'll do a second one where you are actually the seller agent and I'm the buyer agent, and we're talking about that part. How's that sound?
I love that, Sarah, because that's another pushback that you do have to deal with, because unfortunately we are dealing with agents who, and you know, it's not, I try not to personalize it because that's where you're going to go the wrong direction and get into emotional things. But you have to realize that so many agents have, I mean, they've been doing this way all their career and they don't have the education that we have. And so to me, I think they are the ones that come into negotiations with kind of a scarcity and a fear-based mindset, and it can be difficult to negotiate and work with those agents. So yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Well, so knock, knock, knock. I've come into your office and we're actually having a face-to-face.
Okay, Sarah, thank you so much for coming in to meet with me today. I'm so excited to get to talk with you and explain to you kind of this process and what it looks like and answer any questions you have. So I appreciate your time today.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, it's been a long time since I bought a house, and I hear some things in real estate have changed, but I'm not really sure about that. I'm concerned about, you know, having enough cash to close on the house that I need to buy.
Sure. And I understand that it's hard to sift through some of the news and some of the chatter that you guys are hearing right now. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have, but let me run through the basics for you. And then whatever else you don't understand, you know, feel free to just ask me anything that comes up along the way. But basically, the National Association of Realtors has been going through litigation for a few years now. And we finally settled that lawsuit back in August. And part of the settlement just changed a little bit of the way that as agents, we are allowed to do business as National Association Realtors. So one of those changes, Sarah, is that I can no longer just take you, if you're looking for a house, I can't just take you and open a door and show you a house unless first I have basically an employment agreement with you and you would hire me as your buyer's agent. And really, Sarah, that's just to protect you because I don't know if you realize this or not, but if I were to do that, I go and I show you a house and let's say you like it, you decide to put an offer on it. If you never have that employment agreement with me, I don't technically represent you in your best interest. I actually represent the buyer or the seller under the seller's agent. So none of your information really is truly confidential. And I really can't advise you as I would if I am actually your buyer's agent. So I I like what has happened as a result of this settlement, because I think it protects people like you who maybe weren't aware of that going into a real estate transaction. Now,
So you would be a
certainly-
sub-agent of the seller even though it's not with your brokerage?
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yes. Now,
So-
you certainly do not have to do this, Sarah. You know, nobody's going to twist your arm and make you hire an agent. You are still more than welcome to move forward as an unrepresented party to the transaction. I would not be comfortable doing that with you, obviously, because then I don't represent you, and I would have no way of getting paid for that. And I don't think any of us are, you know, out there able to just work for free. But I don't want you to feel like this is something that you're being forced into. You do have that option still to sign some paperwork and just move forward as an unrepresented party to the transaction, if
Okay.
that's the route you would want to go.
So what if so who pays your compensation? I pay your compensation?
So in our agreement between the two of us, if you were to hire me, yes, you would be responsible for my commission on paper at the end of the day. However, there's multiple ways that we can go about obtaining that commission agreement. And first and foremost, I normally can still get all, if not most, of my commission paid for by the seller. We just would write that into an offer that we would present, and that would be part of our negotiation strategy with that seller, is to get as much, if not all, of my commission paid for by that side at closing. If we can't get that all covered by the seller, we also can work with your lender, and there's a lot of options that they have on either tying it up into the loan or using part of your down payment proceeds to be put towards the remaining commission. And then if there was anything left at the end of the day, then yes, that would be paid by you at closing. But it all goes into our negotiation strategy, and there's a lot of give and take that goes through this whole process. And I have several calculators I can run for you. So each deal that we go into and each offer that we are working on, I'll be able to show you the numbers, you know, and when we get counter offers from sellers, I'll be able to show you the calculations so you know what you're going to be looking at out of pocket overall at the closing table.
Okay, that sounds good. I like it.
Okay,
That was good,
any other
Pam.
questions?
No.
Okay,
That was good.
Great.
good.
That was great. And she's confident.
Yeah, she's very calm and confident.
And
One
that's
line that I had,
that's exactly how I, you know, how I talk to my buyers when I meet with them. You know, and of course we all want to have our value propositions and all of those things. And I think that those are very important, because that is all going to help you feel more confident. If you've already gone through that process and you know why you're worth this amount of commission, then that just helps in your confidence. But I'll honestly tell you guys, I have yet to even get to the part where I talk to them about my value proposition, because usually by the time we're done with that part of the conversation, they're ready to move forward.
Bennett had a question on what the calculators are. So when you said you have different calculations, how do you do that? And then we'll get back to the other part of the role play.
So the one that I use actually is one that my preferred title company provides for us. It's powered by Tom Ferry, I'm pretty sure, but I think it's called Palm Agent. And if you
I have
guys
heard of that.
don't have this yet, definitely hound your title companies for it, because, and they actually do pay for it. And I don't know if you can see or not, probably not.
No.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll take some screenshots or something, and I'll put them in our Wake Up Wednesday chat. But it has so many different options. Like you can go in as a buyer to run calculations for the buyer side. You can go on the seller side to run calculations, and you can input literally everything from your commission to whether it's being split buyer or seller side, or if one side is paying all of it. You can put in concessions, everything. And there's even all kinds of things like a then versus now calculator. So if you have people who are like sitting there waiting for interest rates to go back to 2.3% before they buy, you can run a then versus now calculator and show them, you know, by waiting 5 years or whenever the next pandemic's going to happen, you know, your property is going to cost this much more in 5 years. And then it runs calculations side by side to show them you're maybe saving $1,000, you know, by waiting for this interest rate. Let's move forward. Let's start making your dreams happen now, you know.
That's brilliant. That right there is priceless. Okay, so what was the
Sarah?
next role play you want to do, Sarah?
Another thing I loved about it, Peggy, is that Pam used Sarah's name. She sprinkled it throughout the conversation. It was perfect.
It was great. Thank you for saying that, Tucker.
Sarah.
Okay, ladies,
Hi.
what's up?
Sarah. Peggy, can I jump in here?
Oh yeah, hi Ron.
Hi, Sarah. Hey, I want to hear your take if if in that conversation the buyers came in and said, you know, what's the difference in me just going with the listing agent? Why do I have to go through you? Can't they make me a deal that way? What would your comeback be?
So Ron, I would just say, like I told you, you're not under any kind of duress here, and you certainly do not have to hire an agent to represent you, but you also wouldn't technically be working with the seller's agent, because the seller's agent represents the best interest of the seller. So really the only way you would be able to move forward dealing with the listing agent would be if you were to move forward as an unrepresented party. So what that would mean is anything that you would share with the seller's agent, that agent is actually ethically and legally responsible to report all of that information to their sellers. So you would not have really any privacy or representation or advisement in that type of transaction.
Okay.
Love it. Okay, next up, I want to hear the next one. What was the scenario, Sarah?
So the scenario is she's the buyer's agent and I'm the seller's agent, and we're trying to get these numbers negotiated out, and my seller's only willing to pay like half of her compensation.
Okay.
Okay, so I have already submitted an offer to you then, Sarah, and I've asked for what, like 3.5% and 5,000 in concessions and some new flooring. Okay.
So Pam, you know, my seller really does want to work with your buyer, but honestly, the way these numbers are laying out, it's just the net proceeds is just not working for them. That's not where they're looking to be, and I'm not quite sure we can make this work.
Okay, Sarah, can you give me kind of a bottom line on what they are willing to, you know, what's their counter looking like? Where are they at?
So I'm not quite sure what to say at this point, but it would be because we don't really have numbers to say. So
Right.
maybe what I would want to say would be something like, well, you know, I can't tell you what their bottom line is. They've not given me permission to share that bottom line with you. But what I do know is that we're probably going to need, you know, another $5,000 to even get close to making this work.
Okay, another 5,000 on our offer. Now, if we were to come with another 5,000, would your sellers be willing to offer us that concession as well as my commission?
I think I would have a better shot at getting them to accept that. Can you get your buyer up?
I think I potentially can. I'll have to obviously discuss that with them and see what they're willing to do. Can I ask you this? If we only were able, if I was only able to get them partially there, let's say maybe another 2,500, do you think your sellers would consider part of my commission and those concessions?
You know, at this point, I think just put it in the offer and let's see how the negotiation shakes out.
Okay.
And then, you know, if we get to that point, then my seller's really going to be pushing back on any inspection request. So unless it's something very major that we don't know about, just don't come at me with a laundry list of honeydew jobs because we're just not going to be able to accommodate that. He feels like he's already giving and giving and giving, and it's it's gonna be tough.
Sure. Well, I really feel like if we just, keep this open communication between the two of us, we can work together to make this happen. Obviously, we both want what's best for our clients. So you keep giving me some feedback on what's important to your seller, and I'll continue doing the same. And as soon as I discuss this over with my buyer, I'll get back to you.
Okay, let's try and make it work. I appreciate your help.
Thank you,
That's
Sarah.
beautiful. So I want to throw something out to the group. Thank you guys for doing that. First of all, see, isn't this group fabulous when people just say, I want to know about this and I'm willing to put myself out there in front of X amount of people and be vulnerable? You guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. So I have seen some listings in California, and I don't know if you guys are running up against this. And the listing agents are telling the potential buyer agent, my seller is not willing to pay your compensation unless it's a full price offer or above. And, when you're talking $4 million on some of these houses, that's a lot of cash. How would you handle that? Or have you guys seen anything like that in the, areas that you're working in? We're only going to pay if you bring us full price or above.
I haven't seen that
I
yet.
was going to say, I haven't dealt with that size of a transaction on it yet. But one thing that I did on one I have under contract right now that seemed to really help was I have the seller side on this one. And the buyer's agent that I'm working with is clearly one of those who has not been very well educated. And it was like, as soon as there was not a clear cut, oh yeah, we'll accept that offer and we'll pay all your commission and everything's, dandelions, she kind of fell apart and didn't know how to proceed. And so what I did with them is, obviously I know what my sellers wanted to net. And so we presented 3 different options. When we countered them, we said, okay, we'll accept this price point and cover your commission, or we'll accept this price point and we'll offer this amount of concessions, or we'll lower it to this price point and not cover anything. We gave them several options. And even though she still had a little bit of a hard time chewing on that, I think
she froze.
Darn.
There you go. Hold on. Hold, please.
So we
Hold,
did
Pam,
get
excuse me,
it.
Pam, back up a little bit because I don't know if you froze. So it was right after you presented the 3 options.
Oh, am I back?
You're back.
Okay. So we gave them the 3 options, and I was just saying that even though the agent, I feel like, still had a hard time kind of chewing on what is this chick doing with trying to negotiate my commission. Like, she literally said that, but it gave them options, which in turn I think kind of empowered her buyers to feel like they had some choices, and then we were able to go under contract. So
At
Perfect.
EXP Con, you remember when Mickey was on stage and she was talking about how she worked with the lender and had the lender put it into cash to close. And she actually, like you, Pam, had given herself a buyer raise. I think that put that on our list of shows that we could come back and really pick her brain about how she presented that. I'd love to hear it again.
Okay.
And I just feel like we're going to start getting more pushback on this. And I just want to be ready.
And
Great.
Mickey's role play on this is fabulous too. She came to Abilene and did a seminar with me, and she did a lot of role play, and it was really fabulous and brilliant to listen to.
So I will reach out to Mickey. We all can reach out to Mickey and ask her if she would present that, which would be great. And I love you guys that you did. Pam, I'm so proud of you. You've come such a long way with everything that you're doing. And this is an example of where someone's mindset was 6-7 months ago, and the confidence that they can sit here and not only speak and do a role play publicly, but literally feel I am worth my value and I deserve a raise, and just go in and say, it's happening, and visualizing it. So Sarah and Pam, hats off. Loved it. The chats are great. Who else wants to share quickly? And then I got some trivia questions for you. Who else wants to share quickly on anything else that they thought was amazing this year on some of our speakers, or speakers that you'd like to see back again?
I have one, Peggy.
Okay. Oh,
Eric
Gilman from Cutco. He's
Yes,
awesome.
he was great. I actually got his knives.
Did you?
This one is the large Santoku, what they call it. And I did an event. I have a few left. And my goal was to get rid of all of them, give them away, but I do have some left for 2024. But we did an event here and I put them on my table, and I got such a huge good positive response from having them. This is what they look like. This is the red one.
Oh, very cool.
It comes really beautifully packaged, and the engraving is gorgeous. I don't know if you can see it.
So what did you have engraved on it?
It has my logo, the eXp Realty logo, my name and phone number. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh yeah, that looks
So it's
fantastic.
my logo, eXp, but they're very sharp and gorgeous in the packaging. And it comes with a letter for the recipient. And of course, the little red bowl, great for the holidays. I did give one to a friend who didn't buy with me. She bought before I got licensed, but I wanted to give it to her for the holidays, and she loves it. And she goes, going forward, I'm going to just refer to you. But I love that he says, whenever they use the knife, they're going to say, this is my Dee, pass me my Dee to do all the cutting and all the good stuff for the holidays. But I think he was great. I read his book. It was really good. He has great follow-up. He has a team, they follow up with you and all that good stuff. And I did tell him after the event, I happened to get a call from his team, and I said, you have to come back on Wake Up Wednesday, because everybody loved the gift. And I think he's very genuine, and he had great ideas and great follow-up. And he just has a couple of things to learn from. So regarding marketing and all that good stuff. So I thought, of course, he's not a board or a team leader, but he has something. He had good shares, great energy. His product is great quality, and I just wanted to give him a shout out.
I think that's great. Thank you. And as far as pricing and everything goes, guys, I will get Eric's information for you, and I will put it in our chat on Wake Up Wednesday. Great resources. And Dee's a brand new agent, and she's investing in her future and her clients. So when you're looking at your budget, that hospitality that we just want to be unbelievable, that's awesome, Dee. Love that.
And he has a payment plan. He does have a payment plan. So you can't afford, and you don't have to start with a whole bunch, just a few, but he does have you can pay slowly as well.
I think he bought a ton of them too. So
if you're not, what you did was really smart with the logo and your name and everything. If you guys are not branding all of your closing gifts, then you should, because you get 100% write-off on that as marketing, as opposed to it being capped at $25 for a client gift.
Great point, Ashley. Thank you. Okay, anybody else? All right.
I have questions about that gift that she just showed. Would
Okay.
that be like make more sense for luxury?
Yes, for all of them, but I just joined luxury, so I'm gonna add more knives. But yeah, it's just gorgeous, but I think everybody appreciates being treated like a luxury.
There you go.
So even if it's a $200,000 home, 600 or over a million, I think a beautiful knife, and they can add to the set. They can have a whole set. They
Mhm.
they get the information so they can add and have that one with the logo, so they can remember me. And they have the knife blocks. They have all these great things to add. But I think it's a great ad. Maybe they're looking to redo their kitchen. And it just stands out. Even if they have just white knives or black knives or whatever, the red one stands out, the white one stands out. Like, so
Yes.
yeah,
So the
How much did they cost? Or did you already say?
You know, I think rather than, we've only got a few minutes left, and that's a great question, but I'm gonna put Eric's information in our Wake Up Wednesday group.
Okay.
So you can,
Is that
go
the
on.
book?
And I would please, I love to support people who support us. That's his book, Power of Change. Dee Dee, can you just type that in the chat with his name there? There are a lot of people out there who sell knives. Eric, I've known for years. He's doing an experience. He's giving back to us. He's training. He just isn't there to buy my knives. You want to be in business with people who are going to support you. So thank you for bringing that up. I want to ask some people here on the call, who knows what verbella is? Anybody know what verbella is? There's people who don't know what verbella is. When we're looking at, what company we're with, I'd love to dig a little bit deeper. So Ash, give us a 30-second on what verbella is and why it's important to know this.
Verbella is one of the companies that eXp World Holdings acquired before COVID, about 5 years ago. They were a customer of Verbella, and then Glenn bought it, and it is our eXp World virtual platform. So, it's amazing to me how many people don't realize that it is sold to many, many, many other companies. And when COVID happened, it was like being first to market in validating that people can work from a virtual space and be productive. And so they have a contract with the Department of Defense. They have one of the largest insurance brokers. D1 universities use it. It's being used all over the globe. And so that value helps us with our EXP stocks because we are technically a tech company because of that product. And so it makes it a lot more valuable in the long run. I'm sure that the Verbella has the potential to outweigh the revenue from eXp Realty just from agents and production one day. And so it's a huge part of our umbrella.
Thanks. That was such a spot on description of it. And why it's important is because when you talk about EXP to agents and they ask you, well, what sets EXP apart? What's different? You want to be able to talk about this. You want to be able to talk about the other entities that we have and the fact that not only are you going to have ownership in your real estate brand, you're going to have ownership in a tech company. And seriously, guys, when COVID hit and we had access to all of this, it took us right over the top. So we are expanding on many different ways. Go ahead, Ash.
One other thing is you can get a commission on selling that. So if you know a business or company that's trying to transition out of a physical space or looking for a solution like that, you can refer them to Verbella and then you get a commission off of whatever that sale is. So that's something else a lot of people don't realize, that they have a program set up for that.
Thank you. What was Glenn Sanford's inspiration to do a virtual brokerage model? Because how many of you know he was at Keller Williams? Did you guys know that? So what do you think inspired him the most to do this company?
Well, Peggy, wasn't it because he was expanding into other states? And as his team grew, because he was incredible at getting internet leads. And so he expanded to other states. And suddenly he found out that with every state he expanded to, he had to pay more brokerage fees, franchise fees, regional fees.
A cost-effective brokerage.
Yeah, a brokerage where it was one brokerage across the entire United States that then eliminated that whole scenario.
Right. And what year did he start this? When did he, does anybody know?
15 years ago.
Yeah.
So what year was that, Tucker?
Well, that would be
2009.
2008, but you're close. Yes. So this is all part of it, that you want to be able to know deeper things, because you want to be able to say, well, here's about our company, and here's the history, and here's the background. And all the speakers that we've had on, do you guys know that they're all now uploaded? We've worked really, really hard. Everything's up. I'll get the link for you. How many of you noticed that we changed our logo? Did anybody notice that?
Thanks be to God.
Wait a minute. We created our first
That
one.
broken up house was awful.
No, I meant on our Wake Up Wednesday.
Oh, no. I saw it on Gene Frederick, though.
Did you see it on there?
I did.
We're on Gene Frederick now.
Yep.
Okay, let's go to some fun trivia. Is that okay? We have 3 minutes. What are the best movies of the holiday season? What are your favorites?
Polar Express.
What?
Top Gun.
Die Hard.
Die Hard. Y'all, I saw the best pop up. Oh, Susan, you got to represent Susan. If y'all don't know, but Susan's favorite Christmas movie, Susan Frederick's favorite Christmas movie is Die Hard. And I saw a blow up Die Hard front yard Christmas decoration. It was the building where Bruce Willis is at the top and he's like falling down, and then the bad guys at the bottom waiting to hurt him or whatever. It was hilarious.
Oh,
They've made yard art.
That's funny.
So, what are some of the worst Christmas movies?
Die Hard.
I agree. Okay, keep going. Okay, how about Star Wars Holiday Special in 1978? Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas.
Christmas in Connecticut.
Oh, come on.
Who just said, oh, top, yes. I'm in Connecticut, and by the way, the town I'm in right next door is where they film all the Hallmark movies. They use Wethersfield. Bad Santa made the top. And some of the best, and Die Hard was not on there, because I thought for sure Die Hard was going to be on there. Some of the best. It didn't come up.
What's the Nakamura building?
The what?
In Die Hard, the building that they blew up was the Nakamura. Nakatomi. Thank you. Sorry.
Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah, Nakatomi Plaza. There you go. What is that in real life?
I don't know.
Fox corporate offices.
Interesting fact.
Yeah.
Okay, in Home Alone, where were the parents going?
Paris.
Paris.
Oh, that's why.
All right. In the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, how many gifts are there total? Okay, we don't have enough time. Anybody throw out some ideas real quick?
27.
27, 123.
72.
104.
144. Okay.
72.
72. Ding, ding, ding. You guys can Google this. 364 gifts. When you keep going back and adding it up and adding it up and adding up.
Oh, you do it every time there's a new gift.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Repeat. Okay.
So, that's it. This is a wrap for 2024. I love you guys. I wish you all a wonderful Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you choose to believe or celebrate. There's Brad, he just came on camera. I don't know. I have chills. You guys are the best Christmas present out there for me. I can't wait to share with you my adventures. Where in the World is Peggy? And on January 8th, is that our first one? I believe it's first Wake Up Wednesday.
Yes.
I will be at Jean and Susan's house, and I don't care what I have to do. Jean's not playing golf that day. He's going to kick off our year with that.
Peggy, tell
Good.
Jean we want a napkin presentation 2.0 with the new rev share.
Okay, I'll tell Jean that. Anybody else want to say something? I don't want to be the last one.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy New
Nice.
Year.
It's been an unbelievable year. Wake Up Wednesday. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
Loved it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Thank
Bye,
you,
y'all.
Brad. Bye,
Awesome, Peggy.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Ciao.
And Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.
Be
Merry
safe.
Christmas.
Be
Happy New
safe.
Year. See you
Feliz
next year.
Navidad.
Bye, Brad.
Woo, she sings.
Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas, God. Everybody. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Sam, you're still on.
Hey.
I did not know this. I named my child this, and Peggy told me that I didn't realize that's where you're from. I just learned 2 days ago that there's a country song called Abilene. Do you know it?
Yes.
I did not know this.
There's actually a few really good country songs that talk about Abilene. But yeah,
Well,
George
I know there's a
Strait-
few that talk about it, but this one is like
Yeah, isn't it George Strait? sings Abilene?
1964. The name of the song
George
is Abilene.
Strait. George Strait talks about
Yeah.
baling hay outside Abilene.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're rocking it today. You look great too.
Thank you.
You do, Pam. You do. Beautiful.
Gary,
Oh,
you look
thank you.
awesome. You lost a ton of weight, Gary. You shed.
Yeah, so when you're in Florida, I'll talk to you about that. And we found a really great product that's actually based out of the US. That's natural, and I've been on it since July. I'm type 2 diabetic, and I put it into remission with the products and just some change. So
Wow.
thank you for noticing, and
Yeah,
we'll
look
talk
great.
about
I
that.
meant to say that. I was hoping you were going to say that your biggest thing was shedding. How many pounds?
So good question. Since July, about 22 pounds so far.
Wow.
From my heaviest just around COVID, I was 330 pounds. So I'm down now under 270.
Wow. Good job.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
A new
and
Gary
thank you.
for 2025. New Gary.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. You're going to get less of me. How about that?
No, but we're going to get you longer because you're going to live longer. So we're really getting more of you.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, you're welcome.
Actually, you look so cute with that hat. Look at that hat. I love it. I just noticed it's camouflage, right?
It is.
It's
It's a little,
yeah, it's so cool.
Thank you. I got my hair done yesterday, and she was having a rough day, and she left all the dye on my forehead. So I didn't have a choice.
It looks beautiful. It looks so cool. And your the babies today. Oh my. Go ahead, Pam.
Did you name Miss Abilene after our city?
A little bit. We hunt right outside of Abilene in Trent. So I've spent the last 20 years in Abilene. And so that was part of it. But then the solidifier was this show that we watch. The grandmother's name is Abilene on the show. And we hadn't seen it in a few years. And we were debating and talking about names. And then the new season rolled out. And the first episode, Aaron was like, "Oh my God, what about Abilene?" And I was like, "Okay, I don't hate it. All right." Yeah. And I really, because we really wanted an A name, because he's Aaron and I'm Ashley. And so we really wanted an A name, but every A name I was picking is so freaking popular. And I was like, I just don't want the most popular name. I don't need it to be like no one else ever is going to have it, but I just didn't want, the really, really common ones. And so, yeah, no one will ever have this name. So
That's so
It's
cool.
beautiful and
I
she's
love
got
that.
songs too. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I know. I posted the other day about, apparently I'm this parent that named their child something that will never be able to find anything that has their name printed on it.
I saw you. Yeah.
And then so then I was like, my cousin, that's how I found out about the song, because I was like, well, at least she could use something with the city, right? She's got a city that she can, find stuff. And my cousin was like, what about the song? She's got a song named after her. And I was like, what? I did not know this. Did not know this at all. So Aaron and I went and watched it on YouTube. It was so beautiful. So
Yeah, it is beautiful. I
yeah.
gotta check this song out too now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'll have to
Thank
post the link in the workplace chat.
Well, and here's
Yeah,
the
put
one
that-
that
put
sings
it out
the
there.
song about Abilene, prettiest town that I've ever
That's
seen.
that's the one. Yeah,
Oh
that's the
my
one that
gosh.
she was
Yeah,
telling me
that's
about.
old
Yeah.
classic country.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that.
Look at Gary
Yes,
hanging out with all the girls.
Gary knows what's
Samia,
up.
I know where Samia
Right?
is too. Samia is recording because I'm supposed to be with Samia. We're
Ah.
doing the John Lee Mastermind, and today
Oh, cool.
is implementation day. So we have to implement all the social media training that he's given us. So it's today and tomorrow we have implementation. John Lee's incredible. His mastermind is
Was that the
crazy.
$10,000 one?
Yeah, yes, it's today. But I said this is our last Wake Up Wednesday. I'll catch up to them because it's 2 hours, and everybody who has questions and want to implement, you take turns. So I'm letting the others go, and you learn from each other. But he's amazing, and I just needed that because I don't have that around me. And sometimes I can catch it on workplace, some lessons, but I really need that accountability because social media is a tough thing for me. I'm new to it, but he does it step by step, and AI, all that incredible stuff. I mean, Phil Stringer got me hooked on it, and I loved it. And then what's the other the other young lady from EXP who presented with Phil Stringer on at EXPCon. Do you remember? Is it
Oh, yeah, I forget her name, but yeah, I know she was on.
Yes. She
Yep.
was on too. So they got me into it. And then John was actually a friend that helped me with his fees. He goes, you got to do it. So I said, okay, we'll do it. So that's why I think that's
Very
where she is now.
cool. Well,
But I couldn't miss today. I couldn't miss today.
that's so sweet, Dee Dee. We love you. Absolutely.
No, I love you right back. This has been a game changer for me. And I just feel supported and know people. I feel like I know all of you guys, even the ones that don't speak, they're just sitting there. I just see your faces and it gives me a family, like a support, because being new to anywhere, you don't have friends, or you get a little nervous meeting people, but this group has given me so much confidence. And Pam, I remember your story earlier on, and to see you doing that, I'm like, wow, I have a meeting coming up with buyers who want to buy for short-term rentals. So I'm going to use your strategy and some of the things you guys shared today. That was good timing, and I appreciate that. The thing is, Pam looks really like sweet and, like they say, demure. That's the word of the year, right? But then she has like these killer comebacks. I'm like, and she's very like, you're conversational. You're not pushy. And I like that. I like that because I tend to speak fast. So I learned from you to just take your time, make it conversational. Oh my goodness.
Look at the baby.
Oh,
Look at these cheeks.
Oh
Look at
my
these cheeks.
goodness. Squeeze. Oh my goodness. Hi.
Oh my God.
Getting so aware and talking and just
Wow, she looks
crazy.
like you, Ashley.
Oh, she is my twin. I'll have to post
Yes.
y'all my baby picture. She is
Oh
a
my
copy and
God.
paste version of me. That is
Side
100%.
by side, it's unbelievable. And Gary, yes, she does have a lot of hair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's got mama's hair too. Yep.
So
She looks like a good baby. Like she's so good, right?
Listen, I took her to get my hair done with me yesterday. She chilled in her car seat for like an hour, just watching and just looking around. And then she slept for 2 hours and didn't make it. And
That's amazing.
she only cries when she's hungry. That's it. That's about the only time she's upset.
Only when she needs something, right? It's
Yes.
not just like trying for, yeah, and it gives you the cute, okay, something's happening, we have to do something. And then Peggy, lately, you were surrounded by babies not too long ago, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Peggy was, you had all these little babies all around you. I'm like, look at
I
her
have,
sleeping.
and now I'm here at my girlfriend's house and her grandson is a year. So I'm here with another baby. I'm saying, oh my gosh, everybody's got babies. This is so cool. I love it. Yes.
The new generation, that those are gonna be like the leaders. It's amazing.
Yes.
And
They
that
will.
you love on them so much, I can tell. And it's so important that we do, right? I mean, they
I-
need more than ever with this social media and AI, they need so much loving, so much more than
Yeah.
we have.
They
Those
do.
babies are blessed to have Miss Peggy in their life.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
with that note,
It's hard to say goodbye.
I know I don't want to say goodbye, but it's cold here. I'm in the part of the house where I don't think they turn the heat on, and I'm like sitting here. I've been freezing. You guys don't know. I have this on, and then on the bottom, I still have my pajamas on and my socks, and I have a blanket on me. Florida soon, Gary. Yeah, Puerto Rico first.
Ooh, yay.
I remember the winters in Connecticut. I'm from Hartford. My husband's from Meriden, not too far from Wallingford.
You're from
I went
Hartford?
to-
How did we
Yeah,
not?
Hartford.
Didi, how do I not know? No, wait a minute. Tell me, what years did you live in Hartford?
Well, from Puerto Rico, we moved, and I was raised in Connecticut in Hartford till after college. Then I got my first job at MTV New York.
My husband
And
was
so,
on the radio in Hartford.
come again?
My husband was on the top radio station in Hartford for 20 years.
Which one? There's the Z100.
TICFM 96.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I used to work with WFSB Channel 3 with Gail King.
You worked
She
with
was
Gail? We hung
yeah.
out with Gail.
Yeah, I was her PA, her production assistant for the noon news.
So you
for
were
a-
in Hartford. Oh my, gee,
What
see,
a
Yeah.
crazy
like
small world.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
insane.
it's
that
crazy.
it's been-
That's why I started my film and TV right after ECSU, which is Eastern Connecticut State University in Willimantic.
Yeah.
I worked right to Channel 3. I did hard news for a while, learned from Gail King and a bunch of other great mentors. Then I went to MTV for entertainment to change it a little bit. From MTV Networks, I did MTV News US, MTV News Latin America. I worked with CBS, NBC, became Screen Actors Guild with the film industry, and then I took a break to raise my baby girl because, like Ashley, I'm very hands-on, didn't want to give her to anybody. Took a big break, and I said, I can't leave my daughter, and TV and film took me away for many hours. So I loved real estate, did production, property management for a while, and decided to get my license, and here I am with a huge, beautiful family.
I'm like blown away. Where did you live in Connecticut?
I lived in Hartford. My husband's from Meriden.
I'm
So I've
from-
only come again.
I'm in Cromwell right now.
Yeah, Cromwell. We know we had friends in Cromwell, Fairfield, New Haven. A lot of our friends went to school at Yale in New Haven. So we hung out in New Haven a lot. Wallingford,
I'm
West
like,
Hartford.
I met my husband in New Haven. I went to college in New Haven, right next to Yale at Albertus Magnus.
Wow,
this is-
that's Albertus Magnus. I had friends there.
This is
Yes. We
This is like
Quinnipiac,
that.
all those great colleges, Quinnipiac, UConn, we used to hang out in their library all the time because it was amazing. So as a sister university, we used to go there a lot. We used to go to the UConn games, basketball, ladies.
Oh,
all
you can. This
It's
is
amazing, isn't it? I know once you were talking about Connecticut when I first joined Wake Up Wednesday, and I'm like, Peggy in the chat, I'm from Connecticut too, but we were having such a great conversation. I think it slipped, but every time you say I'm in Connecticut, it brings back memories because, my family, they're still there. I'm the only one in New Jersey. They're all in Connecticut.
Are
and
you
in Puerto
coming, are
Rico.
you coming up here for Christmas?
I have a brother that still there. I have some brothers that have moved to Florida, but most of my family's still in Puerto Rico. My family in Connecticut are all dispersed, but my brother's still in Hartford, so he's the only one I visit. And that's where I had my properties, my investment properties in Meriden. Yeah, we did a lot of Section 8 and stuff over there before
Huh?
I got my license. So I was investor first and then now licensed agent. So I'm loving being a licensed agent.
That is so cool. Well, we're gonna have conversations offline because we know a lot of the same.
I know.
I mean, I remember when MTV started, we went down to New York.
I want my MTV.
Oh my God.
I did the VMAs. We met Tupac, Shakur. We met we met so many. Michael Jackson. I escorted Madonna, which she was amazing. Cyndi Lauper is one of my favorites. I have a photo with her. I have a photo with the astronaut, the moon
Aw.
man. The moon man. So the VMAs were amazing. I didn't meet P. Diddy or any of those. I was there before all that, thank God. But I met a lot of wonderful people, producers from all over the world. I'm still in touch with them. And Screen Actors Guild isn't.
My husband was a member of SAG.
Oh, I'm still a member since 2000. I'm
is-
a voting
I'm like-
voting member.
Our house is filled with gold records. Because
Oh my
he was the top music director of Billboard magazine for years.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Wow, how the worlds connect, right?
I'm sitting here and Ashley saw him in his underwear.
I did. First time I met him.
Anniversary of like 15 years ago, Ash.
I was gonna say, when was that? Oh my goodness. He sounds like he was an amazing person. God knows what was what's his first name, Peggy?
His radio name was Mike West. And so he was on the air. He did Dump the Jock.
Oh my gosh, oh my God, I wonder if we met because, I used to go networking a lot in New York. We used to do a lot of things. I mean, from junkets to
Gail King at Hubbard's Park after hours all the time, down by Hubbard's Park, the bar.
Yes. Oh, you know what? We celebrated her birthday at the park once. I wonder if you were there. I have pictures. I have to look. I have pictures. We celebrated her birthday and also
That would be hilarious.
one of our producers was leaving and it was her producer, Al Brown. And we had a barbecue and there were a few people there that I didn't know, but her whole team was invited. And there were some people kind of scattered around and I didn't know them. And at the time I was very young in my 20s, I kind of like stayed with the producers and stuff. It's crazy.
There's a group on Facebook, Remembering Hartford Radio.
Oh, wow.
And there's a lot of people in that group. And I actually just found a picture of my husband because it's going to be 10 years, actually, that he died in January 27th. 10 years.
January 27th. 10 years. Oh, wow, Peggy.
Yeah. So, go on to Remembering Hartford Radio. And there's a lot of, this is amazing. Wow.
That's amazing. I did work with a lot of radio people, but again, I was so young. I started so young. And there were very few women, there was mainly all men and very few Latinas, so a lot of them said, you don't look Latina. So they didn't know until I started talking, but it was an experience. We better say goodbye, right?
Bye, Gary. Merry Christmas.
Dee Dee, before
Bye,
we jump
Gary.
off, I need your phone number.
Who's Peggy's?
No, Dee Dee.
Dee Dee,
Oh, mine. Oh, here, I'll put it as 201-951-6538.
Perfect.
I got
Very
it
easy
too.
to find.
Yeah.
Bye.
Dee Dee, can you stay on for a minute?
Yes, sure.
I gotta bounce. I love you guys.
Bye.
I will see you all next year. Merry
Bye,
Christmas.
ma'am. You're killing it.
Tomorrow.
She's got stuff on the contract and everything. Go ahead, Peggy. Hi.
Hi. So somebody's thing is still taking notes.
I think that's Samia.
You know what?
Samia.
Dee Dee, jump off of this and we'll get right back on.
Okay.
So end all the recordings. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Ash.